It was a cold winter day in Kingston. The school's interclass football tournament had started with great excitement like every year. This tournament would be the first step in determining the school team that would represent the city, and everyone's eyes were on Max Taylor's team. Max was a young but talented 17-year-old goalkeeper who had come up through the youth system of Kingstonian FC, a local club. His teammates called him the Wall because he was like a wall in goal. In the team, there were two stoppers who were the backbone of the defense, Liam McCarthy and Ethan Johnson. Liam was a strong player who dreamed of going to the Arsenal youth system but continued his development at Dulwich Hamlet FC, a smaller London club. He was called the Tower because his aerial prowess was unquestionable. Next to him was Ethan Johnson, nicknamed the Shield. Ethan protected the defense like a shield. He was also brought up in the infrastructure of Lewes FC, a more modest club. In the midfield, Ryan Phillips stood out as a playmaker. Ryan was the brains of the team with his ball control and passing ability. Ryan, who grew up in the Woking FC youth system, led his team like a maestro with his ability to read the game. On the wings were Jamie Turner and Oliver Harris. On the right wing, Jamie would tear the opposition defense apart with his speed and dribbling. He'd come up through the ranks at Hampton and Richmond Borough FC. On the left wing, Oliver Harris was a Carshalton Athletic FC youth product. He was characterized by his speed and dribbling skills. Finally, at center forward was Alex Hunter Collins. Alex played as a striker for Metropolitan Police FC. He was known for his composure and opportunism in front of goal. The team's first challenge was against the other classes of the school in an interclass tournament. Each match was of great importance to determine the team that would represent the city. Their first match was against Class 12C. Max gave a speech in the locker room to motivate his team. "This is our first step. We have to win, but we will do it as a team. Everyone has a task, and each of these tasks will lead this team to victory." The first match was the start of the school's most prestigious tournament, the interclass tournament. The class that won the championship in this tournament would earn the right to form the school team that would represent the city. Max Taylor's team, Class 11B, had a big claim to the championship this year. The team was about to play their first game against last year's champion, Class 12C. The atmosphere in the locker room was tense before the game started. Captain Max kept his eyes on his teammates. "We're not just playing a game here today," he said. "Today, we are going to show who we are on the pitch. Last year, maybe we weren't good, but this year, we will win this tournament. If we play as a team, no opponent can stop us." Max's words had everyone fired up. Ethan Johnson and Liam McCarthy were working well together in defense, and their goal today was to stop the opposition's most dangerous player, the speedy striker. In midfield, Ryan Phillips would direct the play and initiate attacks. On the wings, Jamie Turner and Oliver Harris would use their pace to break up the opposition defense, and Alex Collins would be in the striker's box to score with the final touches. Start of the match. By the time the first whistle blew, Class 12C had managed to dominate possession and pressed with a fast start. However, Liam and Ethan, the backbone of the defense, were adept at cutting off the opposing team's attacks. Especially thanks to Liam's dominance in aerial balls, every attempt of the opposing team to play with long balls was inconclusive. The first 20 minutes of the match was in balance. The ball was going back and forth, but there was no goal. Just then, an effective pass from Ryan Phillips brought the ball to the feet of Jamie Turner on the right wing. Jamie quickly moved along the line and broke through the opposition defense and into the penalty area. He cut the ball across the ground to Alex Collins. Alex once again showed how dangerous he is in such positions. He sends the ball into the net with one shot. 1-0. Max was keeping his calm stance at the back post, giving instructions to his teammates. Everyone in the team was in high spirits and in complete control of the game. When the second half started, Class 12C started to play more aggressively. They put more pressure, especially in the midfield, and tried to take the ball from 11B. A few times they made attacks that forced goalkeeper Max Taylor. However, Max, with his usual composure, made critical saves to deny the opposing forwards. As the minutes progressed, 12C's pressure increased, but the defense line, especially Ethan and Liam's perfect harmony, did not let the opposing forwards through. Especially Ethan's positional knowledge and Liam's physical superiority broke the pace of the opposing team. In the midfield, Ryan Phillips was relieving his team by quickly distributing the balls he received from the defense to the wings. In the last minutes, a player from the 12C team took a dangerous shot into the penalty area, the ball traveling fast towards the goal. Everyone held their breath. However, Max made an incredible reflex save to keep the ball out of the corner. This save boosted the team's morale and broke the last hopes of the opposing team. When the final whistle blew, Class 11B left the pitch with a 1-0 win. They had won their first match and now had more difficult matches ahead of them. However, this win boosted the team's self-confidence and motivated them even more. Continuation of the interclass tournament. Challenging opponents. The next match was against 10A, one of the strongest classes in the school. Class 10A had fast and technical players in offense. Especially their forwards were fast and agile enough to challenge the 11B defense. However, the 11B team was now confident. Max knew that they had to win this match as well, and he had determined their strategy for the defense line. With the starting whistle, 10A quickly brought the ball to the 11B defense. In the first attack, the opposing striker faced the goalkeeper, but Max once again made a great save to prevent a goal. This changed the course of the match. Liam and Ethan started to work harder in defense, leaving almost no space for the opposition forwards. In the next few minutes, Ryan Phillips won the ball under pressure in midfield and played a perfect pass to Jamie Turner. Jamie used his pace to work his way down the wing and crossed into the penalty area. This time, Oliver Harris followed the ball and scored with a stylish strike to put his team 1-0 ahead. For the rest of the match, 11B tried to protect the score by retreating to the defense. The defense line, led by Max, successfully repelled every attack of the opposing team. In the end, the 11B team left the field with a 1-0 victory and took a big step towards the final. The semi-final was now an even tougher challenge. The opponent was Class 12B, another school favorite. This match was going to be very tactically challenging. 12B had both technical players and a strong defense line. However, the 11B team was not about to give up now that they had reached this stage. When the match started, both teams were very cautious. In the first half, neither side was able to create a clear position. However, midway through the second half, Alex Collins controlled the ball inside the penalty area after a great pass from Ryan Phillips. He dodged the rival defense and sent the ball into the net with a hard shot, 1-0. In the following minutes, the rival team increased the pressure. However, Max once again showed confidence in goal and frustrated the opposing team's attempts to score. Towards the end of the match, 12B's pressure increased, but the defense held on with successful interventions by Ethan and Liam. Max also made a critical save in the last minute to take his team to the final. In the final match, 11B was going to face 12A, the strongest class in the school. The match was eagerly awaited by the whole school. 12A had physically strong and fast players and were thought to be the favorites. However, 11B was not going to give up now that they had come this far. The first minutes of the match were very tense. The opposing team had more possession, but the 11B defense was well organized. Midway through the first half, the opposing team's striker made a quick run into the penalty area and was confronted by Max. Just when it looked like a goal was on the cards, Max pulled off a great save and the stands erupted in applause. The first half ended without a goal. In the second half, the team started to play more organized. Ryan Phillips won the ball with some pressure in the midfield and passed it to Jamie Turner. Jamie quickly beat the opposition defense and centered the ball to Alex Collins. Alex sends the ball into the net with a stylish volley. 1-0. The opposing team got angry after this goal and the game became more intense. In one position, the opposition defender made a hard tackle on Liam McCarthy and things got tense. Max, as captain, stepped in and tried to calm the team down. The referee showed yellow cards to both players and the match continued. In the last few minutes, 12A started to press. However, the team managed to keep the score thanks to Max's incredible saves. When the final whistle blew, 11B class filled the pitch with joy. They had won the interclass tournament and were now eligible to represent the school team in the high school tournament in the city. In the final match, 11B would face 12A, the strongest class in the school. The match was eagerly awaited by the whole school. 12A had physically strong and fast players and were thought to be the favorites. However, 11B was not going to give up now that they had come this far. The first minutes of the match were very tense. The opposing team had more possession, but the 11B defense was well organized. Midway through the first half, the opposing team's striker made a quick run into the penalty area and was confronted by Max. Just when it looked like a goal was on the cards, Max pulled off a great save and the stands erupted in applause. The first half ended without a goal. In the second half, the team started to play more organized. Ryan Phillips won the ball with some pressure in the midfield and passed it to Jamie Turner. Jamie quickly got past the opposition defense and centered the ball to Alex Collins. Alex sends the ball into the net with a stylish volley. 1-0. The opposing team got angry after this goal and the game became more intense. In one position, the opposition defender made a hard tackle on Liam McCarthy and things got tense. Max, as captain, stepped in and tried to calm the team down. The referee showed yellow cards to both players and the match continued. In the last few minutes, 12A started to press. However, the team managed to keep the score thanks to Max's incredible saves. When the final whistle blew, 11B class filled the pitch with joy. They had won the interclass tournament and were now eligible to represent the school team in the high school tournament in the city. Class 11B had won the school tournament and qualified for the inter-high school tournament in the city. This tournament would pit the best schools of not only the city but also the region against each other. The matches would be played on professional fields, in front of many scouts, and scouts from big clubs would follow the young players. Therefore, for Max and his friends, this tournament could be a turning point in their football career. The team was more focused than ever in their training. They realized that the matches would be tough, but they were confident. Their first opponent was Bayside High, which had one of the best football programs in the city. Bayside High was known for its football field and disciplined team. When the first whistle blew, Bayside immediately began to dominate the game. They had possession of the ball and started to push the 11B defense with quick passing. During the first 10 minutes, Bayside attacked attack after attack, but Max Taylor was a wall in the goal. The first serious danger came in the 15th minute. Bayside's left winger cut inside with the ball and sent a hard shot on goal. However, Max pulled the ball out with an incredible reflex. This save boosted the team's morale and a counterattack followed. As soon as Ryan Phillips got the ball in the midfield, he sent a great pass to Jamie Turner. Jamie quickly broke through the opposition defense into the penalty area and centered. The ball fell to Alex Collins. Alex has a cool header into the net, 1-0, but Bayside responded immediately. Minutes later, they scored from a corner kick, taking advantage of our disorganized defense, 1-1. The game was now completely equalized. 11B started to press for the lead again. In the 35th minute, Oliver Harris cut inside from the left flank. He played the ball back and Ryan Phillips sent the ball into the net with a perfect shot from outside the penalty area. 2-1. In the second half, Bayside's efforts to equalize paid off. In one position, the strikers dodged behind the defense and made the score 2-2 with a stylish shot. Towards the end of the match, 11B increased the pressure and took the lead once again with Liam McCarthy's header from a corner kick in the last minutes. 3-2. A last-second save from Max Taylor ended the match 3-2, and 11B started the tournament with a win. In the second match, the opponent was Westbrook Academy, who had won the championship in previous years. The Westbrook team had very physically strong players, and the match promised to be very tough. Right at the beginning of the game, Westbrook's physical play started to put 11B under pressure. In the first 15 minutes, the 11B defense was challenged several times and eventually Max Taylor had nothing left to do. Westbrook took a 1-0 lead. However, 11B recovered immediately. Minutes later, Jamie Turner sprinted down the right flank and sent the ball into the penalty area. This time, Oliver Harris entered the penalty area from the opposite flank and scored with a neat kick to make the score 1-1. Near the end of the first half, another of Westbrook's fast breaks resulted in a goal. A hard cross was finished by the strikers who ducked behind the defense and the score was 2-1. As the second half started, 11B's captain Max said that they needed to tighten up the defense and organized his team. In the second half, Westbrook's attacks were stopped thanks to Ethan Johnson's excellent tackles. As the minutes ticked by, 11B started to dominate the game more and more. In the 65th minute, Alex Collins met Ryan Phillips' pass and beat the goalkeeper to tie the score at 2-2. In the last minutes, the 11B team increased the pressure and scored the winning goal with a center from the right wing by Jamie Turner. The ball got stuck in the penalty area and Alex Collins made the last touch, 3-2. The match ended with this score and 11B got their second win in a row. In the third game of the tournament, 11B faced Riverton College, one of the most prestigious schools in the city. Riverton College had highly technical players and was known for their quick passing game. At the very beginning of the match, Riverton tried to break through the 11B defense with short passes. The first dangerous position came in the 10th minute when Max again saved the ball with an excellent reflex. However, Riverton increased the pressure, and in the 20th minute they scored their first goal with a pass behind the defense, 1-0. The 11B team tried to respond immediately, but Riverton's defense was very disciplined. The first half ended with this score. 11B started the second half faster and started to attack with great passes from Ryan Phillips. In the 55th minute, Jamie Turner's center from the right was headed into the net by Alex Collins, 1-1. Towards the end of the match, Riverton took the lead once again. They managed to send the ball into the net in the carambola inside the penalty area, 2-1. But 11B was not giving up. The team attacked with all their lines in the last minutes, and in the 85th minute, Oliver Harris made a perfect dribble and shot inside to make the score 2-2. While everyone thought that the match would end with this score, in the extra time Jamie Turner went down in the opponent's penalty area and the referee pointed to the penalty spot. Alex Collins, who took the ball, sent the ball into the net with a cool kick and 11B won the match 3-2. Oakwood High was one of the most physical teams in the tournament. Hard tackles started at the whistle and the game was very competitive. In the first 15 minutes, both teams made several hard tackles, but the referee tried to keep control. Oakwood won a free kick in the 25th minute, and the ball hit the net, 1-0. 11B recovered immediately, and after an excellent pass from Ryan Phillips, Jamie Turner cut inside from the right flank. As soon as he entered the penalty area, he passed the ball to Oliver Harris, and Oliver made the score 1-1 with a cool shot. In the second half, the game got even more intense. Oakwood's defenders started to make hard tackles against Jamie and Oliver. But 11B didn't give up. In the 60th minute, Ryan Phillips' long ball was controlled by Alex Collins, who beat the keeper to make it 2-1. Oakwood responded immediately. A long ball into the penalty area found the back of the defense and their striker sent the ball into the net with a neat kick, 2-2. In the last 10 minutes, the pressure began to mount. 11B were attacking with all their might. In the 85th minute, Liam McCarthy's header gave his team a 3-2 lead. In the last minute, Oakwood won another free kick, but Max Taylor made a great save to end the game and give 11B another win. The stadium was full. The grand final of the city's interscholastic tournament was a game everyone was looking forward to. Parkside High were the favorites as one of the strongest and most experienced teams in the tournament. However, 11B unexpectedly made it to the final and grew stronger with each game. Max Taylor and his teammates knew that this was the biggest opportunity of their lives. The scouts were in the stands, watching the young footballers. This was not only a cup match, but also an opportunity that would shape the career of every player. There was silence in the dressing room. Max turned to his teammates and gave his last speech. "We've been waiting for this moment. This is our story. We're going to play the same way we've fought until today. Everybody trust each other because we are a team. Let's give our best on the field and don't give up no matter what." His teammates nodded. Everyone was ready. With the first whistle, the match started. From the first minute, Parkside High started to push 11B's defense with fast attacks. In the 10th minute, Parkside's striker made a quick run across the defense line to face goalkeeper Max Taylor. Everyone in the stadium held their breath. The striker took a shot, but Max made a great reflex save to keep the ball out of the corner. This save boosted the team's morale and proved once again that Max's performance would be crucial. Team 11B were trying to control the game in midfield to counter Parkside's pressure. Ryan Phillips kept the ball at his feet, keeping his team calm. As the minutes ticked by, 11B began to push towards the opposition goal. In the 20th minute, Jamie Turner made a break down the right flank and crossed into the penalty area. However, the Parkside defense cleared the ball away. In the 3rd minute, Parkside launched an unexpected counterattack. Carrying the ball forward with a fast attack before the 11B defense settled, Parkside entered the penalty area and their striker sent the ball into the net with a neat kick, 1-0. Parkside supporters were celebrating with great enthusiasm in the stadium. This goal was a blow for 11B, but the team recovered immediately. Max turned to the defense and motivated them. "It's only one goal. It's still early in the game. Stay calm and let's play our game." After the goal, the 11B team started to play more aggressively. Ryan Phillips started to direct the play by winning more balls in the midfield. In the 40th minute, Ryan won the ball and sent a long pass to Jamie Turner. Jamie quickly broke through the defense and into the penalty area on the right wing. He crossed the ball to Oliver Harris and Oliver equalized with a neat shot, 1-1. After the goal, there was a great morale boost in the team. In the last minutes of the first half, the 11B team completely controlled the game. However, Parkside also stood firm in defense, and the first half ended with a score of 1-1. As the teams went to the dressing room, the enthusiasm in the stands was increasing. Everyone was wondering who would emerge victorious in the second half. When the second half started, Parkside High increased the pressure. The offensive players started to play more aggressively and put serious pressure on the 11B defense. In the 55th minute, Parkside forward Ethan Johnson made a great tackle to steal the ball from his opponent as he quickly entered the penalty area. However, the referee judged the tackle a foul and awarded a free kick. Parkside would take a free kick from a dangerous spot on the penalty area line. Everybody held their breath. The striker took the ball, kicked hard, and the ball traveled into the top corner. However, Max Taylor made an excellent save. This save boosted the morale of the whole team, and the stands erupted in applause. After this save, 11B regained momentum. In the midfield, Ryan Phillips continued to direct the game in a great way. In the 65th minute, Alex Collins met Ryan's long pass and raced into the penalty area. Facing the keeper, Alex pulled the ball to his right and shot. However, the goalkeeper saved the ball. After the position, they won a corner kick. Ryan took the corner kick and sent the ball into the penalty area. Liam McCarthy headed the ball into the net, 2-1. 11B had turned the game around and the Parkside players were getting frustrated after this goal. The game got rough. Fouls started to increase and the referee showed yellow cards to several players. Parkside High started to attack with all their lines to make a comeback. As the minutes ticked by, the pressure mounted. In the 75th minute, Parkside developed a dangerous attack through the defense. In a scramble inside the penalty area, the ball fell in front of Parkside's striker. However, Max Taylor stepped up again and made a great save to keep his team up. As the minutes passed, 11B retreated more and more into defense. Parkside were looking for goals with attacks left and right. In the 85th minute, from a corner kick, the Parkside striker headed the ball into the net. 2-2. The game was back in the balance and everyone thought it would go to extra time. But 11B didn't give up. In the dying minutes, they decided to go all out. Ryan Phillips encouraged his teammates to come forward. In the 89th minute, Jamie Turner received the ball on the right flank and quickly crossed the ball past the opposition defense and into the penalty area. The ball fell in front of Alex Collins. Alex controlled the ball and sent the ball into the net with a cool shot. 3-2. The whole stadium erupted. Alex shared the joy of the goal with his teammates. The Parkside High players were devastated. When the final whistle blew, 11B won the grand final 3-2 and became the city champions. At the final whistle, the 11B players hugged each other on the pitch. There was great joy. The stands were going wild. Captain Max Taylor lifted the trophy in the air and savored the victory with his teammates. This victory meant not only winning a tournament, but also taking a big step forward in their football careers. Many Premier League club scouts watching the tournament were impressed by the performance of Max and his mates. The team's talented players opened the doors to the world of professional football. Max Taylor joined Tottenham Hotspur's youth team and had the opportunity to maximize his goalkeeping skills. Liam McCarthy transferred to West Ham United youth team and attracted attention with his strong physique. Ethan Johnson joined Aston Villa youth system and improved his defensive skills. Ryan Phillips joined Arsenal youth system and shone as a playmaker. Jamie Turner further developed his speed and dribbling skills in Chelsea youth system. Oliver Harris transferred to Crystal Palace youth system and stood out as a winger. Alex Collins joined the Manchester United youth system and continued to improve his finishing. This final not only shaped the team's victory, but also their future. They all took their first steps towards becoming football stars and had a great opportunity to prove themselves in the professional world. Their victory as a team would take them to much bigger stages in the future.